So what would some of those special interests that would really want to abolish the CFPB be? Who would be some of those actors?
So when it comes to student lending issues, I think the fundamental issue is that the Bureau has become a political arm of the Department of Education and is unwilling to do anything that Congress tasked it to do to stand up for students.
So the Department of Education, under the leadership of Secretary Betsy DeVos, has kind of the interest there could have seeped over potentially with political appointments to the CFPB in order to dismantle it from within, in order to continue predatory student lending. Is that what you're...
I think that the Bureau is unwilling to do anything that they think makes the department look.
Now, why on earth would a corporation or a special interest group with, so let's say, for-profit colleges or universities want to dismantle that? Why? What is going on here? You know, why do you think that these political appointments are happening? To what end does it serve?
So we now have $1.5 trillion in debt, and a lot of folks want to get rich on the misery of student loan borrowers. And for years, for 7 years, the Bureau stood as the most vocal bulwark against that happening. And unfortunately now, the Bureau is in a place where it's open season on student loan borrowers.
So you're saying that the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau was one of the only guardrails against this runaway student lending crisis, and so there's a vested interest to take that guardrail away.
Absolutely.
Do you think we're kind of on the way to a potential precipice or cusp with the student lending?
So I know there's a lot of debate about where we are in the student lending market. I think you are unable to say this is anything but a crisis. There are now 8 million student loan borrowers in this country who are in default. Another 1 million student loan borrowers default each and every year. That means every 28 seconds, another student loan borrower defaults. So we heard this morning's panel, Director Kraninger, talk a lot about how she's getting up to speed. In her nearly 90 days at the Bureau, 250,000 student loan borrowers have defaulted.
And very quickly, you bring up an excellent point about earlier, and so you're saying that the Consumer Financial Protections Bureau is one of the only agencies that we have to check the student loan crisis. And just this morning, Secretary Kraninger was asked by my colleague here from Michigan if she thought the CFPB should even exist, and she refused to say yes, unequivocally. Do you believe that it should exist?
Of course. I think for the nearly 45 million Americans with student debt and the 300 million American consumers, the CFPB is a lifeline for them in the consumer financial markets.
Thank you.